I'm here with UFC lightweight contender Paul Felder. Paul, appreciate you taking the time. First thing I want to ask you about is last week you were calling the fights in Minneapolis, and you did something that not many other commentators have done, and that's step away from the booth for your teammate Jared Gordon's fight. Talk about why you did that and why it's important not to call your own teammates' fights.
I think it depends on your teammate too, right? So Jared's not just a teammate, as somebody I've known since maybe my second pro fight ever, and vice versa, same for him. We've been cross-training with each other. He was a Renzo Gracie guy from New York. I'm a Renzo Gracie guy from Philadelphia. So we've been cross-training for years. He's one of my best friends in the world. I really love the kid. So it's not even just a teammate thing for me. It's hard to see him in any bad position ever. So I really think that's one of the few cases where I know it would affect my broadcast. And it did almost did in Milwaukee when he got stopped at the end of the fight. And I just didn't want to put myself in that situation again. There's a lot of other fighters that I train with that I think I could get through it because I don't have as close of a relationship with them as Jared. It's like watching my brother fight in there, So I just wanted to step away. And if the UFC wasn't cool with it, I was going to suck it up and get through it. But they were very respectful of it. I appreciate that they gave me that opportunity to kind of step away.
You haven't been doing the commentary thing for that long, but I think most people would consider you already one of the best commentators in the sport. Why do you? I mean, you're up for the awards. You're praised by a lot of people. Why have you picked it up so quickly?
Well, I think a lot of what helps me is obviously I'm somebody in the sport and still active, so I know the game very well. But I think more importantly is before I kind of got back into wanting to be a fighter and a martial artist, I was going to school for acting. I have a degree from theater arts at University of the Arts in Philadelphia. So, I mean, I studied for 4 years at almost a conservatory level for theater. So being in front of people, speaking on camera, doing live productions has never been an issue for me.
I feel like you've started to also come into your own as a fighter. I mean, if you go back a couple years, you had ups and downs. You were winning, but you still fell short once or twice. But you've really put things together, in my opinion. Would you agree? And if so, why have you been able to do that?
Well, I think one of the things was when I joined Sucker Punch Management and Brian Butler, he was really on me about finding a camp that was going to have a head coach that was kind of really supportive of me. Because at the time, Daniel Gracie back in Philly was in Boston. He was still figuring his personal life out. I was figuring mine out. So I needed a change. And going and training with Duke Rufus and those guys really just kind of revamped my career, man. Gave me a hunger again. And now my home situation with my gym at Renzo Gracie Philly and Coach John at EEFC back home, I've got a team at home and I've got a strong team on the road. So that has really kind of pushed my training to another level.
Coming off that win over James Vick in February, what is next for you? Have you been itching to get back into the winning or into the cage? Is this almost too long of a layoff?
Yeah, it's getting too long, but I have an offer on the table that we're trying to figure out right now, and hopefully it goes through. And if it goes through, I'll be back in that cage pretty soon.